Hello, I'm sorry. Hello, I'm an idiot. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the Pod of Many Things. This is our second stream of the Gaming for Good for SANDS charity that you can see that I'm repping here. SANDS charity is the Stillbirth and Neonatal Death Society and charity who work with grieving parents who lose children both in utero and postpartum due to things like stillbirth, birth defects, and medically assisted abortion in case of incompatibility with life. And they do amazing work providing safe spaces for people to have their babies, providing support packs for grieving parents, making sure that they've got the right specialist care, advice, support groups for both mums and dads, which I know is a very important thing for a lot of people because sometimes a lot of focus is on one or the other and not both. They offer free mental health advice, and they're just an amazing charity that are also working with doctors and scientists to try and make sure that we can spot these things earlier, and maybe even researchers to cure the things that would commonly cause stillbirth and neonatal death. So we are doing this for SANDS charity. We're going to be playing the Mecha hack by my friend Matt Click from Absolute Tabletop. It's a really amazing system using a simple roll under mechanic, and my friends from the first episode have come back. Most of them. We've got most of them back, and they are here to enjoy our time together again. So we're going to go around the stream, introduce ourselves all over again, and make sure that people remember who we are. Maybe give a little bit of a thing about your character, and then obviously we'll go into the recap for today's story. And we will go into a recap as we're pretty much kicking straight off from where we left off in episode 1. So let's start with our boy Prince. Thank you for the follow, Gaming Gremlin, by the way. We really appreciate that. So our very own handsome royalty himself, Luke, tell us who you are, what you do, etc., etc.
Hi folks, well Addison, thank you very much for having me, as always. My name is Luke, aka Arcade Keeper, and I am playing the Ultraman Prince, a military brat / shonen protagonist with a chip on his shoulder and a lot to prove.
That's the perfect description of him as well, I love that. True. Let's go to Ollie, talk about yourself, tell us who you are, etc.
Hello, I turn Norwegian. I am Norwegian. My name is Ollie. I've known this voice from Roll for Good. And I am playing Marco. Pretty all-round good fella who loves his family and his country and helping out. Used to be a boxer. Pretty well known at this point. That's me.
Brilliant, love that. And then last but not by no means least, Yako, tell us about yourself, my friend.
Hello, I'm Jaco. I am an avid lover of all things Sentai and superhero related, and so is my character, Alex Hubert, and he's he gets to actually be one and loves every second of it.
Brilliant. And
he's a very prim and proper individual, and yeah.
And when this goes up on YouTube and we get the VODs sorted, we will be linking all these guys' social medias if they want them, etc., etc. Because without them, I don't get to tell this awesome story. Obviously, we want to say that Jay, Ultrawoman June, couldn't be here tonight because of work commitments, but we love Jay. We can't wait to have Jay back soon. So if all of you could say, we love you, Jay, we miss you for the VOD, and then that should look good. So we love you, Jay, look after yourself, and hope to get you back soon, my guy. So
love you, Jay.
Love you, Jay.
I love you, Jay, you weirdo.
So we're going to dive straight back into the action. We had a very action-packed first episode. For those of you who don't know, Mecha Hack uses the Black Hack, a SRD, and it is a simple roll under system. You roll under your stats, you succeed. We've changed a few rules, but it's very anime inspired to get those classic Gundam Zone of the Enders moments, and we've reskinned it to be a bit less huge Titanic battles, but still pretty epic and cinematic. So we're going to get straight back into our action. We're going to think about what happened last time we were on screen together, and yeah, let's have the recap, because when we discussed this, I was kind of cruel and I said you guys can do the recap for me. So who would like to start our recap of session 1 or episode 1?
I don't mind kicking us off. So
Me too.
from what we discussed, we were all graduates of the Ultraman Academy, an international agency, an international kind of conglomeration of United Nations protecting both humanity and alien species. We were all about to go and fully graduate as Ultramen when disaster struck, and our mentor figure was struck down by a cowardly sniper. Our group was successfully able to transform, no one else was able to, and things kind of kicked off from there.
Yako, do you want to take the ball on that one?
Yeah, sure, obviously. As my predecessor, we kicked us off, as rightly stated. We were at our ceremony when one of our own, actually, not necessarily a mentor figure, but one of our classmates got cowardly shot down. And we leapt into the action, and we all did what we thought best at the moment. Whether it be trying to ascertain the situation and save civilians, or evacuate some potentially high-value targets. Let's call it that. But eventually, our most mobile unit, our dear Ultraman Prince, wound up engaging the before-mentioned sniper across quite a distance in a building, I believe. While Gallant and Lucky were trying to catch up, so to speak, which ended with Gallant helping Lucky catch up to Prince, and then returning to the stadium himself, where June had remained to continue to look out for the people and had the evacuation.
Yeah.
And while that was going on, another enemy appeared and was engaged by June and Gallant, while Lucky and Prince took on the sniper that was previously known about.
Nice. And then, Ollie, do you want to finish us off with where we got to?
Y'all folks are being way too nice. Prince ran off on us to save his mother. I'm gonna snitch. He fucked off into nowhere with his mom, and I was like, oh heck, I gotta I gotta kill the sniper so that he doesn't kill all the people, right? So I ran off to do that, and I was helped by Gallant, and then because Prince is 20 times faster than me,
pretty much,
he was able to carry off his mom, put her down so we're safe, and then go back to the action and still be there before me. And I climb this building and jump up onto them as he has grabbed the baddie and flown up into the air, and we have this battle in the sky and shit. And Prince is like, hey, wanna play chicken? And turns off this vehicle mode, so we're dropping to our death. Meanwhile, June, our lovely little June bug, is like playing ballerina with like the baddie, like going like, oh, there's a piece of candy on the ground, and like dodging 5 of his attacks.
Yep.
And Gallant and June managed to fix that situation through the hatch. And we're still dropping, right? So we like are heading towards this building because we were almost in outer space, and now we're almost at ground. So the two of them start running over to try to like help us out, and we start smashing through building and like floor after floor after floor, and we're getting really roughed up. And June like lasers through all the floors to like break them before we get there to like lessen the impact. And Gallant like uses his like ability to
Kinetic absorber.
Yeah.
that to like take damage for us, and we end up in the middle of the rubble, almost dead, all of us, except from June, who was completely healthy.
Yeah. So that's where we pick up from that moment, that point of impact where you tumbled out of the wreckage of this once beautiful Tokyo skyscraper, filled with offices, filled with workers. That ringing sound in your ears is like you hit the deck. You see all the warning signs about how damaged you are, and like how Prince your suit is overheating, like rapidly, like almost like overheat, restart, overheat, restart. Like you just keep hearing like the whooshing and the whirring of water as your suit tries to cool itself rapidly, and people would see steam coming off your suit as you lay there on the ground, like. But in that moment, in that ringing silence, where everything else apart from that ring rattles in your mind, you remember that you are under attack. And if you're under attack as the Ultra Legionnaires of the Ultra Legion of the United Nations, then no one is safe. As you bolt upright to try and see what's going on, you see the wreckage and the rubble. You see the body of the Daedalus Humanist Group, the Daedalus Foundation member, almost like pile-drived into the ground, his legs sticking up. You know it's a he. You know it's a U.S. Marine from his from peaks of his clothes inside the armor that you damaged. But you also begin to see through the dust now, people staggering out of these buildings that you've been fighting through and on. Office workers, hands buried, sticking out, reaching for help. But no one being there to give it as rebar. And remember, these buildings are earthquake proof, so whatever you've done to them is catastrophic. And there's just ringing and screaming and panic, and what do you guys do as this cacophony and this orchestra of chaos and pain and like reality begins to set in now that the fight is over and the adrenaline is beginning to dump down?
There's really only one thing to do. Start moving rubble.
You start.
Is sat up, as he said, and he's just kind of following around in the suit, and he finds the emergency release for the helmet, and so that just like snaps back and disappears into itself. And he just gasps in this deep breath. He's still got like steam, and the heat retardant foam is like starting to swell out of the corners of his suit. And he retracts his suit doesn't retract. It just kind of it's much more mechanized, the other suit, so it just kind of falls off him. And he just kind of stumbles out in his flight suit, and he just moves straight to Marco's side to begin trying to pull away at rubble.
You do notice as Prince comes out, there is visible like burn marks on him from where his suit is overheated and he's been inside it. Like your suits protect you against that. Like you get the feeling that if he wasn't in an Ultraman suit and he was exposed to those kind of temperatures, he'd be in a lot worse wear. Like, so it is a miracle. These suits are miraculous, but you can't push them too hard if you want to stay alive. Yeah, you guys just start lifting rubble. You find some people are like crouched underneath it, luckily being protected by something. Rebar like has somehow caged around them as it's twisted under the heat and the force of your combat, and they've been able to like protect themselves. Unfortunately, you do find bodies. You do find like salarymen. You're pretty sure that you find like mangaka, like in there. There's just like men and women with like pen stains all over them, like they're both alive and dead. Every now and then you see like people crying. Lucky, what are you doing as you observe all this? You see Prince and Gallant are just like instantly go into hero mode.
Yeah. Like in a kind of a drunken stupor, because like I'm very close to being in a bad spot right now.
Your suit is like telling you that you're in like you it's almost like Baymax. You need medical attention. It just keeps doing that over and over again as you.
I'm trying to focus on some of the like cries and screams and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of like moving myself towards that, kinda.
Yeah, you go and you start ripping through the rubble as your suit, as much as your suit allows for, especially as that dump of adrenaline is coming in. Like, you hurt. Like, you haven't noticed it until this point, but it is awful. Like, these suits, you are trained to handle them, you're trained to live in them, you're trained to like do your job, but like there's a real reason why this is a very selective process. Not just anybody could do this, and you're beginning to see why. Because if it affects you this way, imagine what would happen if, say, like one of these people who you're digging out and fishing out was to put this suit on, and what it would do to them. It's quite harrowing to behold this moment. You continue digging through the rubble, and more people like look and begin to try and help, and as they see you guys, like even outside of your suits, trying to be helpful. You begin to hear sirens and megaphones, and you begin to hear like the familiar thing of like barriers being put in place as police and ambulance and fire engines begin to arrive.
Well, I'll push myself and my suit as far as they will go. Trying to help.
Okay. What do you want to do to help specifically?
Like obviously, the Gallant suit is quite strong, so I can move rubble at a superhuman rate.
Yeah.
And just look for people, try to help people out, try to get people to where they can get help, and just be there.
First roll of the night then for you, Yakko, is you're going to test power for me, my friend.
Obviously. That's not too bad. 12 under.
12. How much is that under? Because remember we use
12 under.
Oh, 12 under. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh yeah. You easy, like you pull out and you find like a a woman in what looks to be like a nursery outfit, like crowding around like a bunch of like smaller bodies, and you realize she's like got the kids, and she's used like parts of like one of those playhouses to like cover them all as this has happened. And she's, because you've got there in time, you like one of the kids who is seriously injured automatically gets picked up, is brought into like one of the areas. This does take you near to the body of the Daedalus operative, because that's where you kind of heard and saw them being. Is there anything you want to do with this operative?
No,
he is dead. Just making you fully aware he is.
I don't. I really don't. I don't even process that. My priority is helping people.
Okay, so you just keep helping.
What?
Prince?
Makes you tempt fate. So Prince is out of the street, is out of his suit now, and he sets the suit into like its secure mode. So what that means is it like folds up and it uses like a battery reserve to like electrify itself.
Yeah.
If anyone tries to touch it without the command, so he knows the suit's secure unless someone like loads it into the back of a truck.
Yeah.
But he's willing to take the risk. I would like to use a presence roll to try and like assist setting up triage.
Yeah.
And like getting people to safety.
Okay.
Out of the suit, does that affect my presence skill?
I'm gonna say because of how like banged up you are, and the fact that you've come out of the suit, that kind of caused this. Like, people are a bit hesitant, but you are an Ultra Legionnaire, so I'm gonna say that I'm only gonna make it +2. So +2.
14 presence. So we'll say. If it doesn't work, we can just say he's concussed.
Yeah.
That is 10. That is 12, so I'm still 2 under.
So you're still 2 under. It takes them a little while to like, as you, obviously, you're in Japan, you're in Tokyo, and so you use your like first generation Japanese skills to like help. And people are a bit hesitant at first because they see your American uniform, flight suit. They see your suit, and they kind of look at it and they recognise it from the TV, and they recognise it from what's just happened. But seeing the sincere look on your face as you kind of realise that, or in your mind, how I feel that Prince, they can kind of see that you're asking yourself, is this my fault? And that's enough for them to realise that you did the best you could with what little you had, and it's not your fault. Like, you did what you could. So he
knows if he starts second guessing himself, he won't move. He will just remain paralysed, and so he'll deal with that later. So
you deal with it. The triage is set up. You've started gathering people. You've even some people have even started, like, from certain office buildings, have started like rounding up different people from their offices and started taking off names and like checking off names, almost like fire marshals from like a fire drill. And they begin to like rattle off people who aren't there. Ollie, is there anything you wish to contribute to the to this? As you see, triage has been set up by Prince. Gallant is like wrecking through rubble, trying to get through to anybody. Like, and he's finding people, he's picking them up, he's getting them.
Yeah, like I shoulder as many people as I can and bring them to the triage spot and whatever. Anything I can do.
I guess I'm basically just a beef buff, so like if I could help Gallant, that would help a lot.
Test power for me, as you like basically you're helping lift big objects and stuff like that.
That is a ridiculously good roll. 16 under.
16 under, yeah.
Let's go.
You like there's a point. I don't know if you know the famous like Spider-Man like panel where he like lifts a building up. Pretty much,
yeah.
They used it in one of the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland in. He's got like loads of, and you basically like crawl in, and you just on your back like get it up over your head, move it, and you see like people who are unconscious. You see a couple of people who are unfortunately haven't made it, and
as Lucky holds it up, I'll just gather everyone that's under there that's still savable and just get them out of there.
Because Gallant's roles took him near to the Daedalus operative, you would also be near them, Lucky. Is there anything you would like to do with this body of the person who you and Prince have slammed into the ground? This weird technology that isn't quite alien, but isn't quite human either. Like, it's cutting edge. But their suit is very much like not mechanized, not performance enhancing. Like, you saw that up close. Do you want to go and check that out, or are you too busy doing the lifting as well?
Well, we kind of wanted back to our mission operatives, like back to our actual leaders and stuff, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's also not really a priority right now.
Nope, it is not. As you...
I think Prince would. I think Prince wants to know what that spear point they used was. Because it was damn near impossible for him to rip off.
Yeah.
You can go and inspect him if you want to. It would require a systems roll for you to like have a good look.
Would I be able to just... Why my systems is garbage. Would I be able to just... If this, because you said some of his suit had been damaged. Is there any just loose bits of suit around I could just grab and just pocket?
You could probably pull the belt off that has that mechanism, that spear thing. That would be power then. That's going to be +2 because it's on him.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's fine. I'll give that a go. Power +2. Oh, that is 1 over, or 3 over with the +2.
So you try to take you guys watch as Prince goes over to this body, the helmet, which is like kind of like a fencing mask. It's like this mesh wire caging that obscures the person's face, but they can obviously see through it. Is like damaged quite heavily, and you see like this older man. The top of the suit, if I remember rightly, was ripped as well, revealing that U.S. Marine uniform that you recognise, Prince. And as you just ignore his like grizzled veteran face, like, older, you see the name, but you don't care about that. You care about taking this thing off, and you just... It's not even that it's hard. You could undo it, but like your hands aren't working how you want them to. They're not like grabbing on enough. Your shoulders aren't moving enough. Like you
the concussion.
Yeah, like you're just tired and awful and feel drowned.
Being out of suit probably doesn't help.
Yeah.
No.
You see the name Connor Wilson on his suit. If you want to know anything about that later on, but as you like turn around and you've got everything set up, you do see a bunch of UN convoys begin to arrive. You see some more of your compatriots in their uniform. Still not in Ultraman suits though, which you would suppose they would have done by now.
If they could.
They're all getting out. You see one girl gets out, and automatically there's 2 more of her who appear next to her, like almost like phasing from her, and they all start running in different directions to do things. You see a few other like quite slender looking young men like get off the transport, and they begin to like talk in multiple languages to multiple people. They even like sign language. One of them is doing almost like interpreting. for people. And yeah, there's just all these different people start piling out of this transport, and then another transport comes with like actual UN troops with UN armbands and starts like securing the area and helping the police and stuff. And
As this is happening, I'm gonna go walk up to Prince. And it's gonna be like this little moment where I'm like kind of looking at him, but like obviously suited up still. And then I'm gonna grab the guy by the like back of the neck, kinda, and just kinda lift him up
as in
over my
the
shoulder.
as in the Daedalus operative, or
Yeah.
so you like have to crouch down to do that because he's like he's like almost vertical in the ground.
Yeah.
And so you like literally just whoosh, and put him over your shoulder. Funny thing with dead weight, like
Yeah.
they are heavy,
Yeah.
but they do still feel that strange emptiness that seems to also make them lighter at the same time. This man died with hatred in his heart, like his even though he knows that the end is coming, he is gnashing his teeth and trying to bear claws and trying to roar, but cannot because impotent rage, the inability to against UN's Prince. His face is contorted in that hatred and in that sheer defiance of you and what you are. And you just put him on your shoulder. And
Yeah, I linger for a moment, then I'm gonna walk towards the trucks and stuff.
you see a bunch of soldiers start like, clear the area, make sure that, and they're just like they're easily, and then one truck comes up that's just got SSSP, Special Space Patrol, which was the original Ultraman like organization, has arrived, and they start taking this man off you. They load him on into like a, what you can only describe as like a floating coffin, to keep him so you don't have to carry him. You see a couple of like high-ranking officials start to like come up towards you, and they're like, Ultraman Lucky, it's great to see you. I'm glad that you're all right. Are the rest of the team okay? And you notice that June is being led away by like UN peacekeepers, and then you notice that not just June, but anyone with some sort of alien ability or anyone with some sort of alien appearance is being led away by the UN peacekeepers and put onto a transport.
Where are they going?
They aren't safe. Like, I know how this looks, and I know how it's about to sound, but they aren't safe. So we need to take them back to SSSP headquarters. They're going to go back to there. We're going to keep them safe as we can, because these people are on purposely targeting aliens and alien candidates. We need to make sure that they can't get hold of them. So my only ask is that you support us in this endeavour.
We're fine.
I'm glad. I was like,
We're trying to secure the site.
You've done enough now. And like, you see there's both a look of concern, but also of like stern, like, enough's enough now. Like, this man, older man, understands what you're going through in a big way. And you notice that his hand that he raised up to you is robotic, and the second one, the other hand he's got, is also robotic. He's like, enough is enough now. You and your team need to come back with us. Can you get them for me?
I look back. Are the others far away at all?
Where are you, Prince? Where are you, Gallant?
This would have been, I think, very much still in the triage area now that the body's been pulled away. But he would have seen the trucks approached and would be kind of walking towards Lucky, stumbling. The first person who looks like they might be carrying painkillers.
Yeah. Gallant, where are you at this moment? Where this man?
I'm very much still in the thick of it, and now that reinforcements here, I will try to coordinate and like give them the rundown of what I've already done and where we might still find people. And
You do the best you can, and eventually someone goes, thank you, Legionnaire Gallant. You're being called to SSSP. We'd really appreciate it if you could go with the rest of your team. Some people are trying to like grab Prince's suit behind you, and you see them like they're not happy. But you do see someone with like an American Air Force uniform come up to it, totally disengage it, and then like flat pack it for them and give it to them. And they're like, you can take
like
that.
The Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like the Iron Man 2 briefcase.
Yeah, like, and he's like, that goes with him and nowhere else. And like, he basically walks up to you, Prince, and like handcuffs it to you. Like, and he's like, it is like your handler, like your obviously with
Air Force liaison.
Yeah, your Air Force liaison. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. It is him. It is Duncan. Duncan McGregor. He's just got it on you. He is a bit beat up. He was at the ceremony with like your mum and all the others. He's not as old as like your dad's friends, but he's also like not young like you are. So he's in like this weird middle ground where he kind of like understands both sides of everything.
He will ask, and he's got the suit kind of tucked under one arm because it feels really heavy right now, and he just kind of goes, safe, it's almost secure.
The Queen is safe, but we're going home tonight. And you don't have the option to say goodbye yet. You need
Taking her with her?
Yeah, why wouldn't I? Like, she's your mom, and like, I don't think I'd be looked upon favorably if I lost Commander Shiragane's wife. You know, like.
Work I need to do here.
Well,
on the plane.
You're and he kind of like looks at you as if like, oh, do I tell him? Like, he's obviously like unsure as to whether to divulge all the information he's got to you at this moment in time, because he can obviously see that you've got like wide blown pupils and bruises and burning, and he's just a bit like, oh, he like taps you on the shoulder like, I'll call you on the plane, bud, and then like puts his aviators on, begins to like walk away.
Prince, if that guy paused or like hesitated, Prince did not register at all. Prince is like, man, when I wake up, this is going to be a weird dream. Like, he's sort of where his headspace is at right now. His mum is safe and he's with people he trusts, and that's enough.
Gallant, have you made it to the transport?
Yeah, since the whole you've been asked to sounds more like a request than an order or whatever. Gallant will first like ask his fellow legionnaires that have kind of taken over the situation if they'll be okay without him.
They're fine. Like they're more than capable
Yeah, that
You've trained with them. You're doing it for your own benefit and comfort. I get that, but there's something in them as well that is really sad. Like they seem heartbroken, and looking at you makes it harder.
I'll just go. Sorry for asking. I know you've got it covered. And with that, I'll head towards where I'm needed.
There's a stop for a second, and you recognise Miguel.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Spain. He's always been like a bit of like the class clown. Him and Prince have like this kind of friendly banter about them, in the fact that he always tries to get Prince to do things, etc., etc. And he like looks at you. I need you all to give me a number between 1 and 20.
Like a roll?
No, just a number. You can roll it if you want to.
I rolled it. The dice god said 1.
18.
19.
7.
Okay. So the numbers were 1 plus 19 plus 7 divided by 3. So,
oh man, it's how much we're going to get paid for a job well done.
your graduating class was out of 50. One was lost with Kruger. A further 9 students are confirmed dead. So 10 people in all from your graduating class did not survive the initial attacks. Some were collateral damage. Some were targeted before people made themselves known. But yeah.
Have we been informed of that?
Miguel,
to my understanding, I just was.
Yeah, Miguel was. Miguel is telling you because of who you are. And he like looks at you for the first time since this has all kicked off. They got Kruger, and I tried to pick up as much as I could to keep him together, and it was a mess, and like there was just. And you do see that his hands are still, and his uniform is.
I put my hand on his shoulder.
I couldn't, and his wife was there, and his daughter was there, and they were looking at me, and they wanted me to do something, like, and I couldn't, I didn't know what to do because you weren't telling me, like you weren't there, like you weren't. And you maybe I shouldn't be, and you see like a lot of them turn and look at him, but they have the same sort of look, like maybe this isn't what we should be doing. These are very deflated and very demoralized youngish people.
I understand how you feel. I felt much the same way. I held him myself, as you know.
And he yeah. And the suits didn't come. I look, and he pulls out like a necklace from underneath his thing, and it looks like a Saint Christopher, and he keeps like pushing in on it, and you just hear like whatever's trying to engage is not engaging. Like, and they didn't come, and like they didn't. We. What were we supposed to do?
Nothing could have prepared us for this.
You have an opportunity here, Gallant, to like rally your comrades.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Are you ready? Like, give us your best rousing speech, and then we'll test presence.
Obviously, I give my best. Nothing could have prepared us for this, but the thing that will get us through this isn't our suits. And I'll drop out of the Gallant suit. My suit is different than Prince's in that regard because it just vanishes.
Yours, like, in a flash, almost like the scarf wraps around you again, and when the scarf disappears, you're in your normal form.
And I look banged up. Like just as Marco is, and just like Princess, I'm in rough shape. I'm on 1 HP here.
You're
Same.
Your appearance, bit as you are Mr. Clean, seeing you like that also makes Miguel's eyes widen. Like, what? Like, you're the guy who people couldn't seem to hit. Like, how the hell is this how like? And again, that panic being sitting in the rest of the class, even though they're doing what they're meant to be doing, like, that you feel that uneasy, like, if this keeps going, this string's gonna snap, like, and I don't know if I can fix it.
But we aren't going to pull through this on the merit of our suits. We are going to pull through this on our own merit. Because we are who we are. And each and every one of you is a comrade I wouldn't want to miss. And these people, this Daedalus, if they have proven one thing today, it is that they wouldn't recognize. No, let me say this differently. They might think they're the heroes, but today they have proven that they wouldn't recognize a true hero when they found them in their sights.
Roll presence for me to see if your steadfastness ripples the others, like, because remember, they've lost a lot of people. The aliens within your ranks have also been, like, weirdly, like, corralled off. Like, things aren't going how they were meant to go. So how did your roll go?
It never fails. I might have bad dice luck, but not in moments like this. I have a natural one.
You watch as Miguel's soul, that was almost shattered like pottery, glues itself back together, seeing you banged up, having fought, having pushed yourself to the limit. He sees Prince with his suitcase over your shoulder. He sees Lucky still in his suit. Like, he sees the others trying their best. He is revived, and his resolve comes back, and that fire swirls onto his tongue, and he's like, I'm not gonna let you down, okay? Like, you tell me where to go and I will go. Like, and he picks up, like, everything that you're laying down. Like, he does it all, as he is just reinvigorated, and that fire that you put inside him spreads as he goes to the next person, and then they go to the next person, and these people ranging from ages like 40 to some as young as 17, like, each like candles reignite and begin to, like, double their efforts without suits on, without fancy technology, like, and you see the people start to get behind them, and even as they start to get tired, you see like civilians push behind them, like almost like go to catch them and then keep pushing, because you started something. What you've done right here is probably going to have resounding effects for like this moment. And you do notice in the background as you give that speech, that reporter from the beginning, who was frantic and scared, is there. Like, you don't know when she got there, but she's got the tape recorder there. And like, you don't just see recording, you see live on her little recorder.
I will walk over there. And
I didn't mean to intrude. I just thought that maybe I should come down and see. And
I have something to say. If you please give me the platform for that.
Sure. And she like puts it closer to you.
And I'm going to do as I had rehearsed the introduction for all of the ones we lost today.
Mm-hmm. You go through Hound. So you've got Hound, Blade, Author. You've got... roll for that one. You've got Eugene. You've got Strength, Temperance, Light. I'll roll for this one. You've got Jericho, and then you've got North Star. And those are your fallen comrades.
All of them outstanding legionnaires. I'm honored to have known and worked besides each and every one of them. They will be dearly missed.
She's almost like crying, and you see like the UN peacekeepers like behind you. UNPR will take over from here now. We really need you to report to the SSSP, please.
Sure.
And you're ushered away. You're put on the transport awkwardly. Like, you're put on one side of the transport on like fold down chairs, and the floating coffin with the Daedalus like guy is in the other. And the rumble of the engine starts. It starts to pull you away to what seems to be minutes, but will probably be actually hours. You are taken to outside of Tokyo and to a SSS facility. Prince, you would know this place. This is where you checked your suit into. This is where your suit came from. It's if you are in Japan or in the Asian area, this is one of the places where suits are stored for legionnaires to be transported and to be equipped when needed, using the faster than light equipment system. However, as you begin to roll up towards it, you begin to smell burning and like just ozone and almost like electricity, like lightning has hit something. The facility has been attacked. The SSSP logo has been overridden with a large black maze with Daedalus underneath, and where your suits would have probably been stored if you guys were normal. So if you hadn't come from America, if Lucky wasn't so into R&D, if June wasn't wearing theirs, if Gallant wasn't
Mystical.
If Gallant's wasn't mystical and more like, and if his wasn't prepared to launch first because of who he was and what he was doing in the thing, you see like Ultraman parts on the side of the road. You get the feeling this is why nobody could transform apart from you guys, is because they don't have suits anymore.
This is like looking out of the window as they drive past and see this. He just kind of looks at the logo with event signed underneath it, looks to the body, and just goes, "They not know what the point of a logo is. They just forget that. They were smart enough to destroy the suits first."
You drive up into the compound. People are putting out fires. You do see there's quite a few like of those same armored people being led away. You see there's quite a few dead. Like, you only had 2 at the graduation ceremony that you know of. That made themselves aware to you. This was a more focused attack. Like, they're smart. They had at least 2 teams of like 6 here. Those 6 have done irreparable damage. Really, in the grand scheme of things.
One that's being led away nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Is the truck moving slowly?
Yeah.
Right. Prince is going to kick open the doors. He
It's
jumps out of the truck.
You jump out the truck. UN, like one of the SSP workers, because even though the SSP helps the UN, they aren't the UN, if that makes sense. They help with all like the design and everything, but they're an independent body. And he like looks at you as you get out. This jumpsuited Ultraman suit.
Covered in dust, and where it's not dust, it's blood and sweat.
Yeah.
Is where he's at right now. He's these guys being escorted. He's like surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Right. Prince is gonna barge past as best he can, and he's gonna grab. What's the name? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Daedalus.
Daedalus. There we go. He's gonna grab this Daedalus operative by whatever scrap of clothing he can reach.
Test power for me then, my friend.
Oh boy. Oh, I've tested the wrong thing.
+2 because he's still in his suit. Like, they've taken his helmet off.
You took it away from me. You stole it from me, you bastard. That's a 13 out of 11.
You go to grab and like this Daedalus operative still full of like piss and vinegar, like, because you've seen like boomers, like pretty much like 50s to like
40s, 50s.
40s, 50s. This young person like hates your guts just as much as them. Like, but they are young. They can't be any older than 19. And this you thought it was a boy, but it is a girl. Like, short hair, like furrowed eyebrows, like just as you go to sticks the nut straight on you, and you're luckily somebody like separates you as and they're like like, what the hell, like, what are you doing, like we're escorting the prisoner here, can you get out of the way, please?
I think that the headbutt to the bridge of the nose will have assuaged Prince's temper a bit. He just spits like a glob of blood down onto the ground. He goes, "Take the handcuffs off. Let him try and kill him himself, huh?"
She
God, that really hurt.
She
looks into like swearing in Japanese.
she does the same as you spit at like her feet. She spits at yours with the same like blood, and she's like, "What's the matter? Fancy suit not working? Like, how many buildings you gonna destroy today, huh? Just the one, or are you gonna keep going?" Like, and she's on purposely like boring into you, and she won't move. These people are trying to move her, and she won't move. She's like locked in. She's like, no, tell me, who are you gonna save today? Is it just a coin flip? Do you get like a little list of like your little friends, and you go, right, I'm gonna save this person because I like them, and then all the people below them can just get to hell, or what? How does it work? Tell me, oh great Ultraman.
Oh no, we're gonna save it. Sure as hell isn't gonna be you, sister.
Don't worry, I'm gonna save myself. Like, I don't need you. Little boy, in a little suit, with a little chip on his shoulder. That must be so heavy. And she like looks, and she's like there, and like the hurt and the pain, and she's just pouring it into you because you didn't do this, but what you represent and what you do and who you are is the reason she feels this way. Like, and you thought you could come up to her?
Want me to roll presence to like avoid kind of cringing away from that?
Yeah, go on then. It's like a psychology.
This sounds like something that's this sounds something that's definitely like opposed. That's a 12 out of 14.
No pluses because of the fact that like it's, and now that you know that it's like a kid, she, like, you go to cringe because you see, for a brief second, you're in her armor, but you see yourself in her armor with all that piss and vinegar, like all that. Why do you get to decide? Like, why? And then you snap out of it for a second. You're like, no, that's ridiculous. I would never be like this delusional. And she like gets led off in the end because someone literally tases her in the back, and you get the and she's like, fine. Just tell Flyboy over there that I'll be seeing him. And she like blows you a little kiss, and they tase her again, and she's like, I'm going. Like, she is led away to like a pen. Like, they've literally like penned these with like a force field, these like poles, and this blue force field, and there's about four of them in there. So like, you saw like 2 teams of 6 with like a couple still alive, so there must have been more, like, and so everybody's a bit highly strung. These guys who you've like interrupted are now like badgering you for ID, like, who the hell are you? And then you see the people in the truck have like come out to like,
I would also have done that.
yeah, they recognize like Gallant because they've just seen him on television probably.
And I'm also going to apologize.
Yeah. They're like, well, just keep him where he's meant to be, okay? We can't be forced to scrape him up off the sidewalk if he decides to go on a jolly. And they continue on like helping. They pick up some of the gear. Your transport does start to get like pieces of like gear like lobbed into it, of like Daedalus gear lobbed into it with the coffin. And they keep mentioning like somebody wants to see that, and they're like,
oh yeah, Lucky's still in the car, by the way. He's kind of shut down.
You're there with this coffin, with this man like looking at you weirdly, like, again, still furious, locked into like, his death was not serene, it was not peaceful, and he went kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
And it's unsettling how much, and you just
Lucky's kind of like holding his head, like kind of wide stance, wide legs, and like holding himself like with his elbows resting on his like legs, and he's just he's still in his suit, and he's just kind of breathing loudly in and out, and he seems to be in a bit of shock at this point.
Come on, Shirgane, we want to get going.
That's to you, Prince, I think.
Yeah, he'll just sniff and adjust his nose back into place. I think he's going to. He'll just follow back in and himself back down on what I imagine are quite hard benches on the inside of this van.
You get taken in. You see that to the facility, into the garage, and you see like blown up cars that have been like put out. You see like burn marks against some of the walls, blood marks as well, and you see like a team of like doctors basically waiting for you as you are unloaded. And you're kind of like divided between like these teams of doctors, and lucky in your state, you don't move. You can't move.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that. Want to see it that Lucky gets out ASAP.
And it takes like a nurse like coax you out nicely, like it's okay, it's all right.
Yeah, no, he's stuck. It's hard to move him physically. Like,
I need you to do me a favor, okay? Can you hear me?
he kind of like gazes up slowly.
I need you to disengage your suit for me, okay? Can you do that?
And the visor, like, kind of, because it isn't normally transparent, but it becomes transparent. For a second, you can see all these like little like micro threads in it before it like kind of goes completely transparent, and the whole thing kind of like pulls itself off him, like kind of opens up and pulls off into the back.
As you do that, and you watch as your like yo-yo ring, like it slowly like crawls back into your like yo-yo ring. You watch this woman like looks at you, and she's like, so keep looking at me, okay? Keep looking. And it's just a nurse, and she slowly makes you follow the finger, and obviously your brain, having undergone shock, and is not responding as it should be, and you see that come across her face. He's in shock.
I need to see Gallant.
We'll get you there. I need you to come with me first.
No, now.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Gallant.
Sorry.
Yeah, if I catch wind of this, and especially if I'm cold, I just move over there, no matter what.
You were being like seen to, and people like doing the same thing to you, like whilst you were standing there, like doing like initial triage to see like, and like they'll be.
Yeah, I even assist from that, like multiple traumas from kinetic absorption.
Yeah, like but then as soon as you hear that woman in the back of the van, you bolt.
Yeah, I'd be like, sorry, I'm needed.
You
just leave the doctor standing.
Can you help me, sweetie? Like, and she like looks up at you. She's like kneeling to like be at Marco's eye level. Like,
what's up, buddy?
Oh, so Gallant is in there?
Yeah, he's come. You would have felt the van kind of move a bit and spring up and down a bit.
Alex,
Yeah.
are they okay? I didn't get to check.
Who's like the nurse like looks at you. Who's he talking about? Like, is there somebody we missed?
He's his usual self.
Can you help me get him in?
I didn't get to check.
You didn't get to check what, sweetheart? Like,
And he's looking almost confused and frustrated.
what didn't you get to check? Like, who are you looking for?
I need to go back.
And you will. And we will get you to go back. But we need to check you up on you. And Gant, she like looks at you for a second because she knows that this guy is huge, and she's like, I think this isn't going to go well. Like, she's very
I'm gonna
unsettled.
slowly get up.
I put my hands on your shoulder. It's okay, Marco. It's okay. I got it covered, okay?
Moving. I need to get out of here.
Marco. Listen to me. I got it covered. Just let them help you.
And he's just gonna kind of grab at your forearm and hold it for a moment. And then he's gonna flop back down again.
And
There you go, buddy. There you go.
And turn his attention to the lady.
She's doing like basically a cranial nerve exam on you to check that your senses and everything are responding as they should be. Obviously they're not, so she's making notes of that. She's checking your ECG. Heart rate is slightly elevated, obviously, because of shock. And as she's like speaking you through the process, you begin to calm down a bit. Can you test presence for me?
That is okay. It's a 9 out of 15.
Out of 15?
You begin to... highest present.
Yep. I am...
You begin to breathe. You begin to breathe. You begin to think. Your family were probably going to be okay because you took the fight quite far away pretty instantly. And you know where they were staying in the city. You know that there were like special arrangements made for them to be transported in and out. There were guards and stuff. You probably will be able to get a hold of someone and find out where they are. But you are battered and bruised and broken, and it needs time. So you need to listen to this woman. And as you are, she's really nice to you. She like makes sure you're okay. She put some like cold compresses on your neck where there's been some issues with like you slamming through the thing. The doctor comes up and they all start basically, and Prince is getting treated outside because he got off the thing. They're like looking at his nose, they're like looking at everything, and they are gentle because they realise that you're fragile, all of you, in different ways, and they're very much tailoring their response to that. And then you begin to see other transports come in. You see multiple coffins be loaded out of the transports. You see a grieving Perosian woman and small girl, Kruger's wife and daughter, follow one of the coffins. You see some other people as well coming off. Jack, you watch as your mum is loaded off one of the transports, and you see like Duncan is like really pissed off by this whole endeavor. He's like, I don't understand why we're here. I could take them back to the US. And, like, we're making sure all families of Ultra Legionnaires are accounted for and safe. And Marco, you hear before you even see them, you hear your brother and your sister arguing about the fact that like well, the worst thing about all this is that we didn't get to see them transform. And your sister's reply is like, well, no, the worst thing about this is that I didn't get any more food. Like, they turned the buffet off. Why is this even debatable? And your mum, who's obviously, and your dad, who are obviously like quite tired and quite like panicked and scared, are like, will you two like, and like, they start calling your brother's name because you assume he's gone, and before you even know what's happening, like his little head is at the bottom of the thing. Like, there you are.
Actually, as soon as this whole event situation unfolded, Alex would have headed over there.
Yeah. If I'm allowed to, I will not use any sort of force against these people at all.
They're not really letting you leave because you're being treated like you're.
Yeah, no. I would again say to Marco, no. You stay here. I got it covered. Okay.
Prince, your mum starts running towards you like, sweetheart, like, and she's like grabs your face, which is sore, and the doctor's like, ma'am, please, and she's like, no, like, he's my son, and she's like looking at you, and she's like she's like feeling like underneath your eyes and stuff like that to see like the bruising. It hurts a little bit, but she's like, nothing you can't fix, okay? Like, okay, right, okay. And you didn't crash?
Prince like his hands up and like covers his mum's hands as she's doing that, and he's kind of been quite shut down as the doctors have just been going over. He's just been sort of in his own head and trying to bite back on various curses. No doubt one of them like tries to put his hand on her shoulder to steer him away, and he just snaps the look, goes, touch her again, I will drop you. And turns right back to his mum. He said, yeah, it's fine, it hurts, everything hurts, but apart from that, I'm okay.
I thought we'd...
You alright? You're going back to the US, right?
We've been told we can't fly until... I thought we'd lost you. I thought I was going to get another stupid frame and another stupid flag, and she starts like crying because she was like, and another funeral, and they're going to all come up to me and they're all going to be like, oh, we're really sorry for your loss, but he did... Like, and she's like,
come on, you're embarrassing me. Come on, Mom, it's okay. Like, I'm fine.
She like punches you in the stomach. She's like, I'm embarrassing you. I'm your mother. Like, she's like very much emotional. You see as that scene unfolds, you see Marcus's little brother. What was your little brother's name again?
Oh yeah, what was his name again? I have it written.
Which one are you?
I forgot to note it down.
I don't know, but I know that I waved to him.
Hold on. His name is
Theo.
Theo, like seeing you be like.
It's Marco, Theo, and Lisa.
So Theo is like looking at you, and he's seen you like fight, like.
Yeah.
And like he's seen you in your corner, pretty bloodied up. But for the first time, he genuinely looks like worried about your well-being from a fight, because he sees you and you're slumped over and you're tired and you're vulnerable, and yeah, it's just you are his big brother, his giant brother, and for the first time ever, he sees you look small. In the machinery of the world, like you are a small cog, and you almost got broken, and you see the fear, and he's like, guys, he's over here, and then like Lisa comes and your mum and dad come, and they all look at you and like, oh.
And the nurses are gonna see an immediate in Marco. He was tense, he was stressed, he was scared directly, and he was angry, and it all just washes away. There's just like this immediate like shift in him, where he like puts on just a genuine smile to try to comfort his mother.
And like,
And he's gonna say, "You should have seen the other one, buddy."
and they,
That's also what Alex was trying to do, to basically just find Marco's family and get them over here.
you
And
miss
he's gonna
them because
reach out
you
his hand.
literally Theo dived underneath your legs, Alex. Like, like at one point you were like, "Oh shit!" Like there's a kid, and then he's
No,
gone.
that's okay. Then I just look for the rest.
You do see the Krugers obviously escorting Shepard's body. You see, yeah, just 10 coffins and 10 grieving families. And the relief on your family, and as the other Ultraman candidates, including June, are brought in, but June's obviously got no one. Like, all the other families are like, and June's just kind of, but then they're taken away, all the alien families are taken away deeper into the compound in order to safeguard them and secure them. And yeah, in this moment, we've had our breathe in, and on this exhale, things seem to be moving forward, and it seems as though we may get some rest and relaxation for the time being. I think that's a good place to take our break. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a good place to take our break. So thank you if you're still here, for the 10 viewers who we have. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your effort. Remember that we are doing this for SANDS. I'll post the links in the chat. Please donate to SANDS, even if it's not via my link. If you know a SANDS charity, please make sure that you're donating to it, because they do genuinely brilliant work. We're going to take a 10-15 minute break, and we're going to come back to a bit of a time skip where these guys have been treated and stuff like that. And hello, wife. Hello. But yeah, thank you very much for your time, guys. We will be right back in a second once I find the be right back screen, which is gone again.
The be right back screen will be right back.
Minute.
1. And we should be back. Hello! Hello! We're back on the internet. We are live. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here and keeping up with us. It's been brilliant to have you all with us here, doing the thing, having some fun, and raising some dope money for SANDS charity event. We hope that you're enjoying it. We understand that it was quite heavy. If you need to talk to anybody about grief and loss, etc., and trauma, please make sure that you get the appropriate help that you need. Talk to people, etc., etc., because it's really important that you're looked after in the way that you need. So we're going to jump back into it. We're going to jump back into, after a few hours of medical exams, and your bodies heal faster anyway because of what you have inside you that makes you Ultraman candidates. That Ultra Force helps heal your bodies a little bit quicker, but you still need an 8 hours wet rest. You still need time to recharge. It's just you're not going to be like hideously disfigured or anything from this event, and the swelling's already beginning to go down, and you're kind of left to roam the SSP. They've given you like not uniforms. They've given you like, and not like patient uniforms, but they've given you like tracksuits is the best way I could pronounce it, like describe it, like big baggy like grey or navy jumper with SSP logo on it, a bit like I don't know if any of you watched The Flash, but when Barry Allen wakes up and he's got like the Star Labs hook jumper on, that's kind of what you look like, and you've got like tracksuit bottoms on, you've got like pimp sole pumps they've given you. You just
One question.
Yeah.
Can I wear a tie with it?
It's hard, but if you really want to, you may.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously, then I'm going to wear a tie with it.
The tie is on. The tie's there, and you're allowed to roam and wander. There's like a gym. Obviously, the sections that have been heavily damaged are out of bounds. You actually do notice that one of the things that they've done is they've actually went down. So you went on an elevator down. So you're kind of like in the underground part of the facility. Now, you're not above ground. You can get there if you want to. You're not being held against your will. Your families are in this part of the facility as well. Mostly housed near you, but you're kind of like in between the medical area and the residential area, like, and the training area. You guys have been kept. Your guys' rooms are roomed there purposely so that you can easily access training, health facilities, and you can get to your parents, your family, if you want to.
I'm assuming that with how quick of a time this all happened then, right? Our rooms and stuff, I'm assuming since there's a residential area that we have rooms in this place?
So by residential, I mean literally like kind of like a hostel. You've been put in a room and it's just a plain room. Your stuff isn't there. Like that will probably come at a later point when it's decided where it is. This isn't where you came from. Like,
no.
Your stuff was all at the place where you were having the ceremony. So, and this is like out of the way. Even though it's been attacked, it's out of the way and well defended now. And almost like it almost seems like they're fortifying this area and moving everything from that central location in the middle of Tokyo to this area because of the underground and because of the and because the fact it's out of the way. They kind of want to take the bow out of the city.
Yeah, I'm specifically asking because Marco has a pet, his little cat, and I'm kind of worried about what happened to that.
The cat, I would say that the cat would be with your luggage, which is on its way here. Obviously, it would be in a crate, and it would take probably It's not quite been unloaded yet, but you have heard caught wind that some of your stuff has arrived here. So you could go and get him if you wanted to.
Yeah, like after spending some time with the family and stuff like that, and I would spend a fair bit of time with family first, possibly.
So you'll
But I would head off there as soon as I could pull myself away.
Nice. So you've Yep.
After Prince has inhaled a unnatural amount of calories, he's like patched up, and cause I imagine the Ultra Force burns. I think their metabolism is probably crazy.
Yeah.
I think Prince is just. He feels quite stuck and quite. It's just he hasn't got a mission. His mum is secure. He isn't gonna test it, but he doesn't think they're likely gonna let him leave.
No.
And the last thing he wants is for his flight capabilities to be deactivated at 15,000 feet. So he's going to. He's basically just gonna. After spending what to him feels like ages, but what to normal people is about 15 minutes. Pacing around his like little box room. He's just gonna head straight to the gym, and the camera will cut to show him hanging upside down doing sit-ups with like they've still got the bandages and stuff over his burns.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you've got like the gauzes on, and like even like you see like the bruise is like dark, and every time you like tense the muscles up to do the pull-ups, like because obviously you're putting strain, but you power through. Like Yako, what's Alexander doing?
Alex is spreading himself thin. He's kind of trying to be there for everybody. Like checking in on everybody, on their families, on their acquaintances, pets, and whatever.
Fair enough.
And he's also trying to be in on, well, any potential talks on a strategy level that he is welcome to.
You do notice that they seem to be purposely like leaving you out. So like there any like strategic talks or anything, they're leaving you out for now. Like all three of you or four of you, including Jay.
I will take note of that and respect it, but I will make my protest known. Respectfully.
I think we'll deal with Yako's little character moment first, because I've got quite a good one for Yako. And then we'll go round to do the character moments, and we'll begin to get into the meat and potatoes, because I'm liking this. I'm liking this way we're telling the story. You, Yako, as you go around, obviously people are injured and people are tired and worn out and grieving, and you see Kruger's wife. Her name is Letitia Kruger, and sometimes called Letty. And she makes the meanest like meatloaf you've ever had. Like you've been round multiple times. And the problem that Letty seems to be having is she's looking for something. Like she seems to be looking for something. What do you do?
I will somewhat, hesitatingly is not the right word, but I will somewhat cautiously approach her.
She doesn't look panicked yet. She's fine.
Would we be on a first name basis?
Yeah, you Kruger took you round like the house a lot, like, and as like a class number 2, like you had that friendly rivalry and that camaraderie of like if you were the class president, he was the class vice president, and you worked closely to make sure that your class were fine. You knew everyone, etc., etc. So
I assumed as much. I just
Letty, you know her, like.
Then I'll just while still being a few steps removed, I'll do Letty.
Herr Huber, It's good to see you. Don't mind me. I'm just and she's kind of like looking round you, trying and like looking under things and like
Is there anything I can help you with?
you're gonna think I'm being silly, but you haven't seen my daughter, have you? You haven't seen her.
Not since I last saw the two of you.
I lost track of her. That there was a man, and he came with like loads of paperwork that I had to fill out for Shep, and she's like the bridge of her like snout, like because obviously she's canine. Like she's got a bit softer features than Shepard had. She's feminine, like rounder, like more sleek. Whereas he was very much like angles and like she kind of looks like more like Lassie, whereas he looked more like a wolf, if that makes sense.
Which is funny because Lassie is a male dog.
Yeah, but yeah, she looks like that, and she's obviously quite worried for her daughter, but she is also exhausted and just she's not quite had time yet to process what's happening.
What's the daughter's name?
Her daughter's name is Crystal. So her name is Crystal Kruger.
Sure, I'll help you look for Crystal.
This is going to make me sound terrible, but you don't mind if I wait here for her in case she comes back, do you?
No, obviously.
I just need...
Listen, it's okay. Just be here.
She like grabs your hand as you go to leave. He loved you, you know.
That was very much mutual.
Oh, in case she turns up, she's probably gone to go get food or look at... I don't know.
I'll find her. Probably running around somewhere with Marco's siblings.
Okay. Thank you. And she like... You just see her like crumble into like one of the chairs in the room. And she just kind of nervously like begins to like scratch it behind one of her ears. Like giving off that like canine appearance. Like... And you swear as you shut the door behind you that you hear a whimper.
Yeah, she gets to whatever she needs, basically.
Yeah.
And I will find Crystal.
I would like you to roll systems for me, please. Good sir.
System.
Yeah.
Woo!
Wait a second. That's 10, 14, 400.
You ask a couple of people, and you do see Marco's brother and sister Lisa and Theodore are like opening all the doors that don't have like there's like a light above each door that says whether the room's occupied, basically. And they keep going to like the unoccupied ones and opening them and seeing if there's anything different or if anything's been left behind. They're just like, they're not stealing anything. It's not like crime or anything. They're just curious kids in an underground secret bunker. Like, you know, like
Sure.
they're hoping to stumble across government secrets by accident. Like, because that's what happens in the movies, right?
Obviously.
We found E.T.
And Lisa's the one who hears it first, and you hear it a little bit afterwards as she goes, "Has someone got a dog here?" And like
That's relevant to my interests.
and like you hear Theo. I don't know if you've gone up to them, but like you can.
I'm heading there now.
You
The German
you
footsteps.
you hear them like, "I don't think so." like there's a Perosian, like they're an alien species that look like dogs, but I don't think. And she's like, I swear I could hear like whimpering from that room that they're not letting us go in. They said we couldn't go look at the Ultraman helmets, like, and she's like, well, if there is a dog in here, like, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. Like, they're not gonna let a rabid dog in. She's like, but like, what about Marco's cat? Like, and they're like, well, it'll be fine. Like just keep the cat in the room. And like, hey, look, I found something. And he like pulls out like a pen, and it's just like a regular pen. But he's like, look, secret agent pen. Like, and they like burst past you as they go towards another room, Alex. And do you want to stop them, or do you want
to? Actually, yeah. I'll keep them for a moment and just confirm which room they were talking about.
Oh, it's the big room over there. It's clearly labelled. They just don't know what it means. There's more.
I see.
Morgue? Morgue. It's morgue, idiot.
It's morgue.
Like, and yeah, they point at it, and there are guards outside it. Like,
thank you too, and I'll very purposefully head over there.
Here, Theo points his pen at you and he's like, laser pen.
Be careful where you point that thing to you.
And then it doesn't do it, and he kind of looks disappointed. It's like, damn, I never find anything cool. And yeah, so you go up to the morgue, and there's two guards there. Like, are you family?
I'm a legionnaire.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, we've had to, because there's some.
All good.
Yeah, it's only so many grieving families you can have in a room, right?
I nod. Can I go in?
Yes, yeah, sure. And they open the door, and each legionnaire has their coffin. On the end of their coffin is what would have been their Ultraman helmet, like, placed. And you see the snout of Kruger's is on his. You see North Star, Jericho, Strength, Temperance. Like, you see them all. Like,
as I head in, I turn to the guards once more. Thanks for your work.
Wish you didn't have to. And they like shut the door behind you. And in that stillness, you hear what Lisa was talking about. Every now and then you hear a whimper from somewhere in this room.
I make a little round, stopping at every coffin.
As you come to Kruger's, it's underneath Kruger's.
As I stopped at every coffin and put my hand on every helmet, I think about picking it up for a moment, and then I think better of it, and then I just sit down next to the.
Are you sitting down on a chair or
No, just on the floor.
So these coffins kind of like float.
Mm-hmm.
So as you lean your head, almost like the coffin's like at your head level. If you like lean your head back, you hear like growling from underneath Kruger's coffin. As Crystal Kruger, his daughter, is curled up like underneath it, like holding on to something for dear life.
It's okay, Crystal. It's just me.
You're not my friend today.
No, I suppose I'm not.
You didn't save Daddy. Like, you didn't save him.
I would have if I could have.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't.
Yes, I failed.
You don't get to be sad, okay? You don't... He was my dad. I loved him. Like he was mine. And they took him from me. And she, like, you hear her, like, clatter as, like, whatever she's holding on to is, like, metallic and...
Yeah.
Did Mama send you?
Yes.
She doesn't need to worry about me, you know. I'm nearly 9, and I can deal with it.
I have no doubt.
And Dad left me his sword, like, so I can keep it, and I can have something to remember him by, and that's fine. And then I'll be strong and brave, and I won't cry, and I won't cry, and I won't cry, like, and you just hear her begin to sob.
Well, if you won't, it will make one of us.
He didn't leave me the sword. I took it.
I know.
Because I thought it would be... I thought it would make it hurt less if I had something. I'm nearly 9.
Yeah.
And she, like, comes out and kind of, like, leans her head on you. I'm sorry I made Mum worry. I just didn't want him to take him without us knowing.
I can understand that. And I'm sure your mama can too.
Dad used to say that you could do anything. That you were like an actual hero out of a book or something. And my dad fought in a war against the Galactic Empire. She, like, puts the sword on your lap.
Well, it just speaks to how great your dad was, huh? And nothing but something that even such a guy couldn't stop could get him, right?
she like gets up in like that impudent like infant school rage, puts her hands on her hips, and it's like, well, you don't get to be sad. You have a job to do, and it means making sure that more people like my dad don't get hurt. But you're gonna take my dad with you, aren't you?
Everywhere I go.
And she points at the sword. Like, and then when I'm old enough, you're going to give it back to me. And you're going to teach me how to use it. And then I'm going to get that helmet. And she points at the helmet at the end. I'm going to wear it.
I hold out my hand. That's a promise.
She like licks her hand and like.
then I reach, pull back my hand and do the same.
Like, and she goes, and I'm going to be Ultraman Hound. I'm going to be Ultra Woman Hound.
Yeah.
I don't care about no crappy maze. Oh, and she like looks at like the coffin for a second as if it's going to tell her off, and it obviously it doesn't. But like, Uncle Alex,
Yeah.
can I cry now?
I'm not.
And like, probably not for the first time, but for the first time in a while, you just hear her like almost like howl at a moon that you can't see. It echoes throughout the room and throughout this base as this little girl just calls for someone who's never going to call back. And you pick her up, you bundle her into your arms, even though she's nearly 9, she keeps telling you that.
Yeah, true.
And you take her back to her mother, who is asleep on their bed.
I take her back to her mother under the condition that she's okay with it now.
She by the time you like get to like the door, she's asleep as well. Like that draining.
I'm just saying I wouldn't have removed her from the morgue if she didn't.
No,
knew her.
She understands that it's time to go back now.
Okay.
That she can't stay here forever, but she's just that draining feeling that grief does to you. Like they're both exhausted, and that the mum is asleep in that chair you left her in. Picture on her phone is her phone's open, and you see it on the desk, and it's a picture her and Crystal and Kruger took before the ceremony of him in his uniform and him with his sword. And as you put Crystal to bed, she goes, "Uncle Alex,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to die, okay?"
Okay, so I'm not allowed to be sad or die. Got it.
Well done. And she just turns over and like curls into that ball again, and you just hear the like slight moaning as you leave the room. You exhale. What do you want to do?
Making sure that they're both safe and comfortable. I'll take a moment.
You have a new weapon in your possession. You can mark off that you have the Hound Saber.
I will do so.
There's 2 use actions. One is like a deafening howl that you can get on as a use action. Test presence. If you succeed, everybody is afraid of you and cannot move. And the other one is actually interesting. It's a systems role, and you can use either hearing or smell to as enhanced actions. Those as a use action, you enhance one of those two senses. It allows you to find people via scent or sound.
Well, that's heavy.
Ah,
Ollie,
don't worry about it. Hello.
what is Marcus doing?
He is fetching his cat.
You go up to the loading bay. You see a bunch of like pet crates, and you automatically recognise your one because it's like the most lush one. Like your cat's like travelling in style and comfort, whereas all the rest of them look like they've been like haphazardly put into like they're going to the vets. Yours is like in a like house. Like,
My mother would have it no other way.
and you as soon as you like hear you see it, you pick it up, you take it back to your room or to your family room.
I'm actually kinda needing some time on my own. So I'll wander a little bit before going towards them.
You have you get the cat out, and you're like carrying one hand, you've got the cat in the other, and he's kind of like he's not 100% happy with where he is. It's very stark and like pristine, and like he's like, I don't know where this is. Like what? But you keep hold of it. You pass by the gym where you see Prince like doing what you can only describe as the craziest suicide run you've ever seen. Like he's like got a medicine ball and he's like slamming it on the ground and then running to one side and then getting on the thing and doing like sit-ups, and then he jumps down again and he goes back to the medicine ball and then this time lifts it above his head before slamming it down again. Like
Hey, hotshot.
There we go.
Prince is like at this point just drenched in sweat, and for the sake of the audience, he is shredded. These days I'm at about 20% body fat. Prince is at like a lean 7% at this point. He's got to stay light for all various test pilots. He slams down as I had medicine ball exercise in my head, Addison, so my brain. He just slams it down. He's like red chest, face is red. He just looks over, doesn't say anything, just sort of acknowledges you.
But bear in mind how sweaty he is. Like these gauzes are starting to like peel off because of the fact that he is like drenched, and like obviously with all the movement, it's like torn some of the glue off. He's not in great shape. He really shouldn't be doing this.
If I come in and accompany you, you're not gonna throw a ball at the cat, right?
Not
With
great
how
with
you're
cats.
throwing it back and forth.
Not gonna aim for the cat, if that's what you're asking.
It's good
It's
enough.
Put it in the
I'll-
box or whatever.
I'll walk in, kind of make sure that I close the door behind me pretty well, so that the cat doesn't go out immediately. And I'll kind of like put him down on the floor, ruffle his head a bit, and I'll fetch a mat. He knows not to get himself thrown balls at, but
He does like stay close to you because of the fact that like there's just this
sounds-
dude, yeah, and like I don't know. I feel as though Jack would then add something. I don't know if this is how you feel. Luke. You'd add something to the run because Marco is here.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, he'll just throw in pull-ups.
yeah,
Just for the sake of it, now.
yeah. He's like, so you start doing the suicide run. Jack, as you're doing this suicide run, in the back of your mind is this nagging voice, and it's like, it's the same voice whenever you feel troubled or the one thing that makes you unconfident in your life is it's a it's a Top Gun instructor, and he tells you, well, when I was with your pappy, he was a good man and he was a good pilot, and you're nothing like him. And like every time you do a pull up, you remember his fingers jabbing into your chest, like, you are not your father. Your dad is a good man. You disgrace everything he worked for. Rah 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 rah. Just bang bang bang, like, and every time you hear like you watch as his muscles flex harder than they need to, because he's just pulling, like, and then
his neck is just all like sinew.
Yeah, like, and you just, that guy is just in the back of your mind, like, well, your pappy was the best of the best, and like, there's never ever going to be another one like him, and just because you've got his name doesn't mean you get to bank on that, because that's all you'll ever be. You'll just be in his shadow for the rest of your life, because you can never be that good. And even if this isn't exactly what he said, like, this is what you heard.
So he remembers, yeah.
Yeah, like it's almost like the Kirk speech at the beginning of this one of the Star Trek movies, when he was like, this guy said he didn't like me or whatever, or that I couldn't amount to anything, and yes. The guy's like, that's not what he said. Like,
yeah, no, Prince is fully aware that missions go wrong, and he's fully aware that he didn't plan on crashing through a building. He didn't plan on it's going. He didn't plan on Legionnaires getting axed, and didn't plan on his dad dying, and didn't plan on his mum being in danger. Didn't plan on none of this. He doesn't feel like it was his fault. He's fully aware that by putting himself out in front, by being the first person on the scene, he set himself up like that.
mm-hmm.
And so what he's trying to do is he's just trying to keep working, and as if what went wrong could be solved by, but if I can do 25 one-armed pull-ups, then this problem wouldn't have happened. It's just a case of,
it's I must work harder, isn't it?
More and more and more. Yeah, just to show that he can do it.
And that's why that memory kicks in, because it's the motivator. It's the I must work harder. It's, what's his name from Animal Farm? Boxer from Animal Farm. Like, I must work harder. I must work harder. Like, that will solve my problems.
I was thinking of Creed from Rocky 3 with the "There is no tomorrow" speech.
Yeah.
That's one that gets me through the rough workouts.
Yeah. So you're doing that, and you see the cat, and and Marcus, this naturally gifted, like, giant of a man, who kind of saved your ass a little bit.
Yeah, he's like on the entirely spectrum. It's like going over to where they have like the mats stacked, and he's pulling out two, and he's taking it at his own pace. He's laying out one, and he's kind of like waiting for the cat to settle on that, and then he's laying out another for himself, because otherwise the cat would be all over that one, you know? And then he's starting to stretch out. He's not doing a workout right now. He's just stretching.
You actually hear, like, as, like, Marcus stretches out, and, like, his back, like, cracks audibly.
His joints are realigning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you watch as you two, in this weird, like, silent communication, are like, both kind of hear, like, I see you, like, I see you, and there's something, I don't know if there's something you want to talk about, or if there's something you want to say, but, like, I feel as though I could be wrong, so to correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of like that that masculine thing of, like, I'm here.
Yeah, no, Prince just pulls out sort of one more rep and then drops down onto the balls of his feet, and it's just sort of gasping. He looks over to Marcus and she goes, Shouldn't have intervened. I was going to drag that guy up to low orbit. His lungs would have shut down. I wouldn't have had a problem. And then you lumbered in. You grabbed on. And we fell through. I don't care. I don't care what Gallant said. I don't care what HQ said. It'd been better on the ground. God, everything hurts.
Well, how many times exactly did your suit shut down?
Look, I'm not a tinkerer. I don't mess with the suits. I just know how to pilot. I know what my suit is capable of, and my suit could have hurled that guy up to Jupiter before it packed it in. You know what? If I hit the ground burning up, then I hit the ground burning up. That's what happens. At least then, I don't take anyone else with me.
I don't want to bring that dead back to your mom.
Believe me, I don't want that either. Next time, just stay on the ground. Leave airspace to me.
And that bullshit you pulled. Immature, reckless.
Huh?
But if it was what you needed to do to get back into it and fix shit.
You mean threatening that operative? Jumping out and trying to square up and then getting headbutted? That's what you're talking about? You're calling that immature and reckless?
He just looks at you a bit confused.
That bare minimum. I call that being the only person who cares enough to get up in their faces and show them the way and scared.
I mean fucking off the second people started getting shot. You don't think I wanted to run to my family?
Do what I had to.
I was sitting here until they showed up, not knowing if parents or my smaller siblings were dead.
Faster than you are, aren't I? Did what I felt was right, you did what you felt was right. That's what mattered. I want to take my wings over that, fine, let them. If you've got a problem with it, you'll stand up here and we can square it out right now. I don't care. What? Undisputed heavyweight, right? I'll drop you where you're standing. That's how I don't know about you. That's how I solve problems. I began, you know what it's like? Growing up with a dad like that? Top of the field, best in the world, it makes you a target. I've been squaring up to people bigger than you. Bigger than you.
I don't know about you, but I've been dropped through 12 floors today. I'm not gonna put that up on either of us. And besides, I don't think I have a problem with you.
Oh, I don't stop. I can't afford to stop. I feel better though. But I hope the hot water's still running.
I'm glad you came back. And I'm glad you're alive.
Come from... know why they're keeping us here, don't you?
What do you mean?
The last Ultraman. The suits have been destroyed. Things take, even with the modern tech we've got, those things will take months to rebuild, years. Keeping us safe. Not going to send us out unless absolutely necessary. This is a gilded cage.
Marco's
Better
gonna
get comfy.
sit up and kind of like pick up his cat and kind of put it in his lap and just, if we're in a gilded cage, what do you think about June?
I don't know. don't like to think that the government is stupid enough to put a whole bunch of targets in one place, but, you know, if anyone ever says the government wouldn't do that, they would. They would.
Well, Mr. Shirogane, I couldn't agree with you more. As you hear like the like spinning of wheels, and Gallant, you would have met this person as you were coming out of Crystal's room. It's it's a doctor, white lab coat, rounded face, effeminate presenting, but like with some masculine features, like black hair, like undercut on one side, nice badge, and this woman is in a wheelchair. This person is in a wheelchair. They come up to you, and they kind of like aggressively like told you to come here, and then like followed, but they didn't say anything to you. And then she's like rolled into this area, like very confident and very like sat up quite straight, and she looks up at you, and she is they are very much observing you, and you recognize this almost straight away from your army training, as this is a psychologist. This is someone who is trying to test whether or not I am okay. And however, like, you know, sometimes people get things wrong, and let's see if we got you wrong, shall we? Follow me. And she like spins the chair around, and she like, that includes you, Mr. Jackson. Thank you. And she just starts like wheeling the chair, and then you see her kind of get tired, and she like turns the motor on and like gets the motor to do it. Put a shirt on.
Yeah, his voice is probably put the jump on. It's like, I haven't eaten. Just like he's like, I haven't eaten pizza in 3 years. You can't have like these. Forgotten the taste of bread.
Mr. Jackson, bring the cat. It might bring me joy. Like, as this like person begins to wheel themselves to an office.
Marco is gonna get up, like with the cat, kind of like yes, and he's just gonna. Oh gee, I really hope I take a shot before this, but.
As you,
I can't wait for Gallant to get psychovalved. It'd be great.
Coming, Doctor.
It'd be like psychovaling an action figure.
Mr. Hugh.
Marco is gonna look at you at that, and there's like this genuine Marco smile that you did not expect at this point after your little. And then he's gonna like walk off after the lady.
Mr. Hubert, if you could get the door, please, as they wait patiently at the door.
Of course.
You're...
I'm also gonna have at some point my gallant scarf eat the sword.
Fair enough. You
don't want to be holding that the whole time.
They wheel themselves in. You see like their desk. This doctor does have a UN badge because they work with the Ultra Legionnaires. On it is Dr. Sarah Mustang, is the name, and they like wheel themselves into one area, and there's
I got
like
the title.
Yeah, Dr. Sarah Mustang, and then puts you on like these couches. They aren't like chaise lounges, so it's not like you're gonna sit back and. But there's like it's like you each have a couch, and this room.
I'm always going to hold it off for both of them and enter last. Sorry, didn't want to interrupt you.
No, and they wait patiently with like a one of those. I don't know if you've seen them. They're the notepads that are like digital. So it looks like a notepad, but you actually write on it and you connect it with a USB.
Yeah, this digital paper.
Yeah, digital paper like notepad book.
What are we on currently? USB-F?
Yeah, USB-Z. No, yeah, you and they just wait for you patiently, like elbows on the chair. Quite serious looking, but also like almost like playfully observing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say sorry for the delay, doctor, and I'm gonna like sit down wherever they want me to sit down. And Marco is a simple guy. He did not bring the cat carrier at all. He does not give a fuck. Cat is with him now. And he's gonna do like little coos at it and stuff like that. He's very fond of his cat.
To gently suggest that Marco's cat has that trait that all cats have, where they are inexplicably drawn to the one person in the room who doesn't like cats.
The doctor is there. Monsieur Hubert, if you would like to sit down, please.
I'll do so. And but first, taking a moment to fix my tie over my jumper.
She starts like noting something. They start noting something saying down vigorously.
No!
He goes like, "Yes, you get that? Did you get that? You caught that? Good."
No.
I stand by it.
She's already making notes of her weaknesses.
So as you can tell, I am Dr. Sarah Mustang. I am a psychologist for the UN, formerly based in Europe, but I was brought here especially to deal with you three and Miss Ultra Woman June when I'm finally cleared to see her. I'm going to be handling you. I'm going to be, pardon the pun, your purse in the chair. And they kind of like look down and see the they're making they're not making fun, but they're like making the joke themselves. As they point to their chair, though, you notice that their chair is not like a normal wheelchair, and obviously Marco, you would know this because of your dad.
Marco will chuckle at their joke, by the way. Just straight up.
And they're good spirited. They're passionate. But as you like chuckle, you do see like they make a note.
Oh, Marco doesn't care. But I go no.
So yeah, I'll be handling you, and I'll be part of your support team for the foreseeable. I hope that this partnership can be helpful. I'm been known to help people adjust to new ways of living, such as accessibility. There after things like paralysis, amputation, etc., debilitating illnesses, through shared and mutual experience, but also battle. I have a specialty in dealing with people who also suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. So hopefully I can bring my expertise and my knowledge to help you. Any questions?
Well, first of all, thank you for being here, Dr. Muskin.
I appreciate it.
Second of all, in case you get to speak with June before we get to again, please send our regards.
Do not worry. I'm sure that June is safe. Mr. Shirogane, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I got a question. Is this optional?
Nope. They turn their notepad around and they have they've turned it to a page where there's like a dialogue tree, but at the top of the dialogue tree is your name, and they tick is this optional dialogue tree, so we've got that one out of the way.
You've been read like a book.
Allowed?
Sure.
Are you allowed to do that?
I think she is. She's a doctor.
I've read over by all of your psych evaluations. Genuinely impressed that some of you are, well, namely you, Mr. Shirogane, are still alive this long. But you know, we live and we learn, don't we? I'm not always in the chair. Like, it's just a particularly bad flare up of my syndrome today. So I may walk with a cane at some point. I may be fine. I feel as if this is something. Honesty makes connection, doesn't it? But do not mistake my lack of mobility for vulnerability. I am more than capable, and I hope that I can help you. Any other questions? Rather than is this optional? And no, Mr. Shirogane, you may not ask whether or not you can get a second opinion. We're going to tick that one off straight away as well.
No, ma'am. It seems like you have everything in order.
Okay, so the first test we are going to commit is we're going to play some word association as a group. How do you feel about that?
Oh god! I'm so bored.
I'm so bored. Oh no, I don't like this.
Marco
nothing is
smiles and
moving.
politely nods at it.
It's like nothing is moving at Mach 1, so Jack's brain is starting to
Yeah.
shut down.
It's the ADHD. It's coming to get you at this point. I'm petting the cat, like looking completely content with the situation.
Please be aware that your answers to this this game may affect whether or not I invite you onto the field for our next mission. So please pay attention. And she like smiles, looking at you, and she looks at Alex. They look at Alex and they're like, Monsieur Hubert,
Yes.
I would like you to associate the word civilian, please. First thing that comes to your head.
I look a little lost for a moment. Rescue.
Brilliant. Mr. Jackson.
Oh, same one?
Yes, please.
Fan?
Mr. Shirogane.
Is there a window in the room?
There is, yes.
Yeah, he's staring at the
Are
window.
we in an underground facility?
So I was about to say it's one of those windows that projects different things. So it's like it's not a real window.
Sure,
It's like it like projects different scenes. So like at the minute you're looking over the New York skyline.
Yeah.
That's hella
yeah,
cool.
well, he's just gazing at the answers like untrained.
Interesting answer, Mr. Shirogane. Mr. Shirogane, we'll go back round with you and we'll start again. Enemy.
Good.
Repeat that, please. Sorry.
Target.
Thank you. Mr. Jackson.
Defeat.
Mr. Hubert.
Contain.
They look at you for a second, Alex, and they're like, they can't believe that you're giving like such perfect answers. Like wow, you ate that like psych form. Like you like just like like
I'm right here.
starting with you. 2 more, and then 1 last evaluation test. Mr. Hubert.
Yes.
Hound.
Sorry?
The word I would like you to associate is hound.
I take a deep breath. Oath.
Mr. Jackson, the word I'd like you to associate.
The same, yeah. Friend?
Mr. Shirogane?
Lost.
The last word I would like you to associate is Daedalus. Mr. Shirogane.
Icarus.
Mr. Jackson?
Hate.
They sit back in their chair for a second. That's interesting. Mr. Hubert?
Marcus shrugs a bit.
Perdix.
Now, the last thing I'd like you to do to help with my psych evaluation, you can bring them in now, and 2 UN guards bring in a middle-aged salary woman and sit her behind the desk. That you would assume is Sarah's normally.
Is
T?
this person restrained in any way?
Nope. Team, meet Uetsu Yamagashi. Me and Uetsu have had a conversation today, haven't we, Uetsu? And she's like, yes. And she's speaking fluent Japanese, by the way. Like, so I think,
Good. Trying to get around
yeah,
that.
yeah. And she's like, oh, she speaks fluent English. I'm sorry, that was rude of me. And she, Uetsu, like goes, yes. You all have the opportunity to ask this woman one question. She is one of your attackers. She will answer honestly. Won't you, Uetsu? The woman's like, yes. You can think about it. And this is where Sarah looks at you very, very, like, interested. This is... You kind of get the feeling that the word association for 4 was kind of bollocks. This is where the real test is.
Prince is going to sit forward, kind of hands on the desk, and just goes, "All right, sweetheart. Look past the blonde hair and the good looks, because I actually know what I'm talking about. It's obvious that your organization is made of a bunch of disjointed cells working within civilian populations to be activated when needed, like terrorist locations throughout history. I'm not going to ask you about location because I know that you could tell me anywhere and everywhere or something suitably cryptic. So instead I'm going to ask this. What is your primary means of communication?"
Sarah is impressed.
Just a pretty face.
Message boards on our phones.
It's interesting. Right. Best you two ask the questions so I can get out of here.
And
Sits back and just closes his eyes.
pretends to fall asleep. Tick. Monsieur Hubert? Mr. Jackson? Miss Yamagashi is your Mrs. Yamagashi is your. You get one question.
I'm good, thank you.
I don't necessarily feel qualified for that.
Can I take their questions? I sure as hell feel qualified. Can I take their questions?
If they wish to pass them to you, I don't see why not.
Go ahead, Shirogane.
Right, come on. All right. Great. All right, what about you, big guy?
Shouldn't someone else be facing this person right now? This doesn't seem appropriate.
Why not?
Hey, look, you want to stop me, you can grab me and throw me out that room. I know your bench press. You gonna pass me your question or not? Take your silence as a sin. He's gonna lean forward and goes, all right, message boards on your phone. I'm gonna guess already that those alternate and those change over time. What is the current message board that you are using? Not before the attack, that you are currently using.
You're wrong. They don't change. But that would be clever.
Would. Yeah, too late though, isn't it? Okay, so they don't change. Barely avoided answering my proper question. I don't know how you're compelling her to tell the truth, by the way, but I am interested. Last question, sweetheart. Oh, message boards, they don't change, so you're using an isolated message board, probably linked directly to your phone. Dun, 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 dun. I want to ask something a little more personal. What made you do this? Who gets radicalized?
You killed my son.
Sorry for your loss.
No, you're not. You don't even know his name. But ever since Ultraman arrived, the threats got worse. As the threats got worse, more Ultramen were needed. And more Ultramen means bigger threats. And bigger threats means more danger. And more danger means more casualties. And more casualties means more deaths. And you don't care about the little people, do you, really? You care that you get to fly around in your nice shiny suit. Doesn't matter that the electrician of the building you crashed through was making a routine check of a light bulb that when you fell on him. It doesn't matter that the guy crossing the street whilst you fight a giant alien, you just throw the alien at him and oh my god, he was just in the way. You make the problems worse. Because you make the problems worse, my son is dead. I'm not radical. I'm real.
Sorry for your loss.
Are we done here?
Sarah looks at you for a second, Ollie. Oh, Marcus.
Marcus is looking at her too, but he is looking pretty upset about this. He's a bit not shaken up. He looks like he thinks she overstepped the line, or they overstepped the line. Not the person that's sitting there throwing abuse at them, but the doctor.
You don't approve of this, do you, Mr. Jackson? Is there a reason?
For the record, I don't either.
Why not? This person declared war on you, on your family, on people you love.
That doesn't make her less of a person.
But to her, and she points, you aren't a person. You're a problem that needs to be solved and contained.
Then let her treat us as a problem.
Okay.
I feel as though you, however, should treat us as the three recruits that have been flung through buildings, shot at, fallen from orbit, and watched as our friends died in front of us.
God, I can tell none of you were military. Oh my god, do you know how many of my friends I've watched die? Any of you dragged out of bed at 5 a.m. to go wade through a freezing river only to do it again for the next 2 weeks? This is what it is. Do you think it was all press tours and kissing babies?
No.
A spine, a lot of you. Because you're not in a ring doesn't mean it's not a fight. You! And he points to Gallon.
Yeah,
Got the damn tie. Looks stupid with the jumper.
I know.
I asked if we were done here. Flying or what?
I'm really interested in your thing of letting her treat you. She like brings the chair, and from nowhere, or seemingly nowhere, she produces a gun and puts it on the table in front of Uetsu. And she like reverses backwards. Show them. And Uetsu literally gets up and points the gun straight at you. Like, and she wants to pull the trigger so much. Like, because doing so fixes so much. That's enough now. And Uetsu sits down.
If the gun is in reach, I think Prince is going to take it and is going to check the chamber and check the slide. Is it loaded?
Fully loaded, full clip, full magazine. Well, not full
Shit.
clip, full magazine. She could have, like, Uetsu could have wasted all four of you. And had ammo spare. If I put Mr. Shirogano's mother in front of you, Uetsu, what would you do? Kill her, obviously.
That's enough.
I'm
Why?
still holding the gun.
Yeah.
Cool. He's going to shoot
I'm gonna
her in
take
the
it
leg.
from her. Know him.
I think that's a roll. I think
Yep.
that's a competing
That is
roll.
a competing role. So,
I would also like to get in on that.
Oh,
one.
yeah.
so
This was to cripple this person.
it would
Only
be
rolling.
so. It depends. So you're dodging
Same
technically.
mobility.
So your mobility.
Yeah, same ability.
If you're trying to overpower Marco, your
Yeah,
power.
I'm trying to power. I'm gonna push him
If
against
you
the wall.
if it Yako, you've got multiple ways you can deal with this. You can either try and sneak your way in, which would be mobility. You can power your way through, or use sheer force of will to make them stop.
I think the third thing that doesn't really sound applicable, but it definitely sounds my way.
Right. So you've got sheer force of will.
I'm rolling against both.
Yeah. So you.
That's fine.
So basically, whoever gets the lowest wins. Right.
Ooh,
So
okay.
no matter what your stat is, whoever gets the lowest wins. Okay. So
I had a better D20.
if but it also counts for the gap. So if your gap is 12, that might swing it in your favor if you draw or whatever. Yeah. So say you
Yeah.
both get 2, but yours is at 14 and his is at 10, you'd win because you're. Yeah. So are you ready?
Mm.
Yeah.
Roll as you just see
I have
Oh,
bad
That's
natural.
really
damn
good.
it,
I
damn it.
got a 2.
What did you get?
Got a 19.
19.
Hey, I
That's
also
it.
got a 19. Let's go.
I've been rolling
I got
ones
a
all
2
day.
and my stat is a
19.
18, by
So-
the way.
You literally, Hubert, Alex, you go to get up, and before you even get out of the chair, you feel an elbow doosh into you, as Marcus pushes you back down, and just grabs and doesn't even like
Yeah, I
push,
want to get a
just
I want to get a hand on
lifts.
his wrist and like push that to the wall and like arm like full on by forearm here up at his throat.
Doosh. You are there, and Sarah looks up. Now that's what I need. And she they clap their hands, and the Uetsu that's been sat there falls forward. You see now that her hair's parted at the back. There's some sort of like diode, and then you notice that she's got like joints. This isn't a real person. Looks really real from the front, from the back, and then they flick their notepad and they show you Uetsu is actually in a coma in a room. And has diodes like attached to them, and this robot has been mimicking their like behavior and how they would respond.
God, it's so weird that you guys just had a 40-year-old Japanese woman's body good to go. He's gonna just reach up and just press the button so the clip slides out.
Yeah. It transforms into you, and like the robot, and it's like. It's good for like dealing with grief and stuff, but I thought it'd be interesting to see how you reacted. But yeah, that's what I need from you. I need fight. Despite how you feel, you're all we've got left. And actually, to me anyway, you seem like rational human beings, which means that you're okay to fly. You want to protect people, you do that. You want to protect people, but you do it in your own way because you're military and you know that what the price of pulling that trigger is. You do it in a different way. You observe and make sure that your teammates are in the best possible position. I don't think that treating you with kid gloves is going to work here. What I do think is going to work is having faith in you. So, Mr. Jackson, you think I've not been paying attention? Or that I've been treating you less than human? That's not at all. I'm treating you as the best type of human. I didn't threaten his mother.
You do through a robot.
That was Uetsu. She wants you to feel her pain. I could throw Theo in front of her if you'd like. The same thing would happen.
Hey,
these people...
Guy, you're kind of pushing my sternum here.
I'm releasing the neck grip and I'm taking the gun, giving him a bit of a look.
I'm treating you as the best version of yourself you could possibly be right now. I think you're able to do it. I think you just need some encouragement in a positive way. You have lost a lot, Mr. Jackson. And I am sorry. But you are the most qualified and the most able to do the job that needs to be done so that other people don't have to go through what you are currently going through. Are you willing to do that?
If you told me to jump, I'd already be in there.
I don't even need to ask you how high. Or I don't want you to ask me how high. I want you to ask me, why do you need me to jump?
But I think some fundamental respect is in order.
It was a test. I'm sorry. Like, this is the only way I could convince them. And she, like, clicks, and that window that Jack was staring out of has a bunch of people behind it who are, like, been watching this entire thing. You're clear to go.
I just do a little, so much for implied patient confidentiality.
I can help that.
Doc,
Mm-hmm.
before we leave, I think one person in this team has shown that they actually have the drive to do what needs to be done. I don't care if it looks pretty good on camera. Are we really keeping Gallant in charge?
I think Mr. Gallant is the most able in terms of what is wise. And they open their notebook again, and it shows the recording of you crashing through the building, and it shows like Gallant stood there like absorbing, and like it shows like for a second it shows you inside his helmet, and it shows you Alex bleeding out of his nose, like, and gritting his teeth and like holding on because he knows you need him to hold on, like. But you will have your chance. Do not worry. But first to Greece. I think that we have chatted that there's going to be a meeting of the Daedalus Foundation or Humanist Group, whatever they call themselves nowadays, in Greece, in the birthplace of their father figure, in the homeland of their father figure. I think you should pay them a visit. Maybe crash the party. What do you think, Mr. Prince? Well, Ultraman Prince.
I think that sounds acceptable. My damn suit.
It's already locked and loaded and ready to go. You'll be halo jumping, so enjoy that. And, don't die. Probably a good. And they like wheel themselves to where the robot is and begin to like move it onto their like lap, and move themselves into like the chair from the wheelchair, transfer over from the wheelchair into the desk chair, and begin like writing other things. You can go now.
Thank you.
You guys done a halo jump before? Either of you?
Marco's gonna scoop up the cat who had been like kind of like pushed off his lap by like sudden movement and stuff, and he's now fussing. And he's gonna sigh and pet it.
Well,
I have no clue what it is.
Guy's gonna hate it. He's got this big like grin on his face.
Shit-eating grin, the definition.
Yeah.
and as you walk out, this mission in hand, these people took the fight to you, and now you're going to take the fight to them in Greece, in this place of ancient history and beauty. You feel prepared as you go to your quarters to rest, to get one night's sleep before you're once again thrust into the field of battle and the opera of war. And that is where we end tonight's episode. Thank you very much to all the people.
Juicy character drama episode. Woo! Thank you.
True.
Thank you all.
As we're heading out of the place, I'm gonna like grab onto Prince's shoulder and just give it a bit of a squeeze.
But thank you so much, guys, for hopefully we have Jay back and we can get June breaking out. We can have a bit of a character moment for June where they break out, or you guys can break them out of
Out of
quarantine,
jail?
out of like
Woo!
alien
Yes,
quarantine.
I'd definitely be curious to see what that's like.
We need our June back.
Yeah, we'll get June back and Jay and everybody. Thank you very much for everybody who was watching. We've raised £26 out of our 100 so far. I'll be doing some more streaming. We'll be working hard to make sure that we have everything we can for helping SANDS charity. Thank you so much to the beautiful cast who have given me some really juicy and rich stuff today. It's like chew on. They gave me like loads of good stuff that I was like, we'll probably get to fighting, and then I just kind of gave up on it because I was like, no, I prefer this bit. We'll do fighting next time. But yeah, let's go round. Let's go from Ollie to Yako to Luke, finishing off on Luke. So Ollie, who are you? What do you do? How are you feeling?
I am Ollie, also known as Sharky. I play Marka, and I am feeling. This was an emotional roller coaster, to say the least. It was a lot of laughs, a lot of some teary eyes once in a while, and I am so grateful for having been on this for another session, and I'm looking forward to many in the future. Thank you for doing this.
It's all right. Yako.
Yeah, I can echo that wholeheartedly. Thank you to everyone here. It's been heavy, obviously, but also good.
Brilliant.
I can't believe that Jack would just go and Brutus Alex like this.
Oh, bless. Well, we'll have that out in the field, I guess. It's up to you to prove yourself.
Well, to be honest, he's entitled to his opinion.
And then, Luke, who are you? What do you do? How you feeling?
Yeah, so again, thanks very much. It's been ages since I've done some like juicy RP as a player. I am incredibly hungry, so I'm going to go solve that next. No, I've had a great time. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Arcane Keeper everywhere. Yeah, thanks again. I had a really good time. Prince is a fun character, and I enjoy playing Prince.
The dynamic is so fun.
I'm hoping
Good.
that we can make this a monthly thing and do like a monthly stream. Like once a month, we get together, we bite into it, and we get some good stuff out of it, and have a blast.
I mean, if this is anything to go by in the last session, then yeah, we can we can get some good stuff out of this.
And yeah, obviously, I'm Madison. I am the pod of many things. Your favourite friendly furbog who hangs around the place. I'm supporting SANDS with Gaming for Good this month. And whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. I hope that you are having the best of times with the best of people in the best of ways. See you in a bit. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.